years of us, we actually were loving ourselves and learning to accept ourselves for exactly who we are and just as we are. We went on a journey of love, consciously collecting love from everybody who would speak to us. There were so many people who told us we were beautiful. There were so many, we did hair at such a young age. Our clients used to mentor us. And I just want to say there's a lady out there that just made a transition. Her name is Rosalind. Roz has, her and her mother and her sisters were very kind to us and they gave us positive messages. And I just want to say rest in
I'm like
peace,
ready to
Roz.
cry.
I just want to say rest in peace and you deserve only the best. But she was one of the women who spoke good into us and told us that we were beautiful and valuable and how important that it is for us to be careful who we let into our lives and how we carried ourselves. But those little messages, they sent little tiny messages of low self-esteem. Excuse
right.
me.
No, I was 14 when I was doing her hair and her mom's hair and her sister's hair. And of course, we ended up both doing all of their hair because we knew we would all grow into that. So that's just bringing back memories of just different talks we had about me and the boys and things like that, and making sure that I was on the right track, not just running around just giving it up. That's what they called it back in the day. You don't just give it on up, okay? You keep your legs closed. That was one of the messages that I took with myself from her in my youth. So she's right, and then we didn't have our mother from the time I was 14 to 12.
Yeah.
Present in our lives for 17 whole years. So our clients really did raise us. They were a part of raising us and keeping us on the right track. So yeah. But back to the subject.
Yes, I didn't want to get off the subject, but I definitely want to honor Roz at a time like this.
And Blessing Anwar.
Blessing Anwar and his family.
Yeah, the whole family.
Yeah. So on the subject, so those things that occurred in my childhood put in little messages of low self-esteem that I was determined not to let hold me back. I was determined to love myself, and we were determined to make a difference in other little girls' lives and even help cultivate just the self-awareness of all women. And therefore, we came together and we made the decision to stop relaxing our clients' hair at a very, very early time before Philadelphia even thought of not relaxing. I believe my child is 22 years old, and we started not relaxing. She was born in 95. We stopped relaxing very shortly after she was born because she never had a relaxer before. So that's a clear sign that we're on the right. Yeah, we were on the right track.
And going back to the Color Shines days, one of the things that inspired me, and I'm just going to speak from this point of view because we both had wonderful points of views. One of the things that inspired me was looking at how my clients' hair would last if they needed a touch-up. They might have gone, I want to say 10, 12 weeks because maybe it wasn't in their budget or whatever the case was. I began to notice that their hair was lasting. So what was the point? When we had the perfect technique to style the hair, what was the purpose of the relaxer? Then came across a company, his name, right, but came across a company, his name was Ivy. They had the relaxer was an alkaline-based relaxer. And I was very impressed because they came up with a semi-solution. It was still a chemical, but it was less harsh, and it wasn't, it was going to, I guess, be the answer to the sodium hydroxide, which was extremely harsh. And one of the things that I learned about sodium hydroxide from them, from going to their classes, but also they wanted me to become a rep for that product. So I was learning about their product, but also learning about the harshness, the horrible harshness. I just really want you to get how horrible it is. The horrible harshness that sodium hydroxide is to our hair, our bodies. The woman, there was a black woman that they did an autopsy on. She was 83 years young when she passed or made transition. And when they did an autopsy, they found a white film on her brain. And that white film was sodium hydroxide when they tested it. And that just went through me because I said, well, maybe it didn't cause her to transcend or to pass on, but how many brain cells did it kill? How much of her ability to think clearly and to think freely about the life she wanted to live, how much did that affect her? It bothered me. And then more recently, we just learned, which we should have known years ago, more recently. One second, my baby, okay? Yes. Yes. Oh, okay. Thank you. 1 second, okay? We should know now. We should have known many years ago that it enters the bloodstream. Anything that's going onto your scalp, onto your body, onto your skin is entering your bloodstream. Now, this is information that is subtly made privy. It needs to be going. It needs to be flowing. It needs to be constantly and revolving. We need to all know it. It's going into the bloodstream. So now we're learning that this product, this chemical relaxer that they are marketing to our children, to us mainly as black women. I mean, other cultures relax their hair, so don't think that I'm taking away from that. I just know it's heavily advertised to us.
That's right.
So that being said, it goes into the bloodstream. It's causing fibroids. It's causing hysterectomies. It's causing all kinds of issues.
Infertility.
You know, there is so much information that we have to offer you that when it comes to healing the hair, it's really about healing yourself. So there's a society from years ago called the Eugenics Society. And that society was created to keep us from producing children. So that being said, was the chemical relaxer a part of it? Just like Planned Parenthood is a part of it? So that's another subject for another time. We want to stick to the subject and let you know we've been about this life for years. No relaxer. You don't need it. You do not need it. And all the things that's been pumped into us, oh, your hair is nappy. Oh, you need a thick comb. Oh, you're going to break the comb.
Yes,
all those things hurt us.
Yes,
and trust me, these are well-meaning adults who loved us. Yes, my darling. Who loved us. You know, if they knew then what we all know now, trust me, trust and believe, we would have been told from day one, you and your hair, just as it is beautiful. And your hair is an outgrowth of your inner self, of what you eat, what you think, how you feel about yourself. So why wouldn't we love it? And your hair is your hair. It exists on your head.
Exactly.
Just for you.
Exactly.
Just for me.
Exactly.
So I love your hair, sister.
Oh, thank you, sister. I love your hair.
Oh, thank you, sister. And let's give that to each other in the world. When you see someone who's trying something new, you may not think it's perfect, but still let them know, hey, you're doing good. Your hair is beautiful. Give them that. They need it. And let's give that to ourselves.
That's right, self-love. But now, I do want to say this. We're not saying that wearing your hair straight is an issue, because straight does not belong to one culture, not at all, not in the least. If you can straighten your hair without any chemical, then it's yours to use whenever you feel like it, whenever you please. So this is not to bash wearing your hair in any way you so choose, because as beautiful as we are, we have hair texture that is very versatile. And we can wear our hair in any way.
Anyway.
Which is why, with no chemical. Okay?
Yep.
So now let's talk about it. When we talk about the Caucasians or anyone else who chooses to curl their hair, we're talking about people who also have to use chemicals to get curly hair. And they do it on a regular basis. This is something that we learn in hair school. Now for us, on the other hand, yes, we did chemically relax our hair because of the lack of knowledge. But with everything that's out here that we can use, we don't have to chemically relax our hair. We can get our hair straight with the blow dryer. We can get our hair straight with the round brush. We can get our hair straight with the straightening comb, the flat iron, the curling iron. There are no limits. The rollers, the rods, there are no limits to how we can style our hair. And so we need to embrace our beauty in every way, women. You are absolutely gorgeous just the way you are. just the way you are, the way you walk, the way you talk, the way you carry yourself. We are absolutely phenomenal and gorgeous. However, let me just tell you about how depleted we are due to being surrounded by chemicals. We can almost say that we're under chemical warfare. Ladies, we can actually say that because every human being comes through the woman. Therefore, if her products are tainted, especially the original woman, if her products are tainted, then that goes to show that when the children come through us, we don't know how depleted our bodies are when we're giving birth and what our children are lacking based on what we have left. Okay? There would be no such thing as children with cancer or children with HIV born into this world that way if we had everything that we needed in our bodies and we weren't surrounded by chemicals. Nutrition, and also products, which is where Love in a Jar came from. The product came out of a true desire to replenish what is missing due to harmful chemicals being used for years. We've been harming our bodies for years, so therefore, in the product, there are herbs. Now, let me tell you, you're going to hear about shea butters all over the place. You're going to hear about all kinds of butters, body butters, hair butters, but there's not a butter on the market that is designed specifically to regenerate and replenish and heal the body, the mind, the spirit, and the organs. Because the skin and the hair are the biggest organs on your entire body, which means that that particular organ affects all other organs, which makes us cosmetologists. There is a really important reason why that name was chosen for us. We have to sincerely educate ourselves and really learn about everything that we're putting on you. And note this, as we grow and learn, our products, the things that we do, evolve. And that's how we came across the information, the knowledge, and the wisdom to birth. Notice I said birth a product that comes from years of being in the field and working hands-on with our people. Yes, my love.
So,
Yes. Working in the field.
Ultimately, the product speaks for itself, and we are doing what we've always done. We have always educated our clients, meaning we have always shared information. We never hid anything from our clients. We always let them know what products we used and why. And so with that reputation which precedes us, our clients as well as people who heard of us, who know of us, know that's what we're about. We're about the hair. So,
and healing.
Definitely about healing.
Always.
Ultimately about health, because we want to move beyond healing into our health. And that's another reason we chose love. Love is the cure for everything. Because when you love yourself, you will do the research. You will find out what's going on with your body if your body isn't as vibrant and as vital as you know it should be. If you don't have enough energy to get things done, if you're snappy or moody, you love yourself. So those aren't emotions, those aren't conditions that we would like to experience. We would ultimately like to experience feeling good. We would ultimately like to experience being vital and having health and kindness. All of that is what we chose to put into our product. The way we love ourselves, the way we love each other, the way we love our clients. Our clients know they could come to us anyway. You never had to come to our shop fly, although we are all fly Nubian goddesses, fly Nubian queens. You didn't have to come fly, you could come in your pajamas, you can bring your big old blanket, and we just had love for our clients. We just have love for our clients. We've had people, tell us, we got to be careful being friends with your clients. And it was never about that. For us, it was about sisterhood. And we built that with our clientele. And my daughter that's in the background, that's
the most beautiful one in the world.
right along with my other nieces and nephews. all of them all around the world.
Mhm.
Come here. Come here.
Yeah, we are a family, and therefore you have to, when you look at us, just know that we have only our highest good at hand.
Say hi, everybody. We love you. So that is what we put into our product. So I guess I would like to give a little small idea of what we put in our products and why. For example, one of the, yep.
Before we, can I speak out?
Of course.
1 second. Dear sister, I just want to speak on some of the notes that I jotted down. Some studies actually relate using chemical relaxers to, actually CNBC actually did an article where they stated that the relaxers are in direct relation to the illnesses that we have been facing that are running very rampant, the issues that are running very rampant in our community. However, we spend $2.5 billion a year is our dollar value in America, and we spend that amount on a regular basis on our hair. There are plenty of testimonials of women who speak and say they spend at least $200 to $300 on their hair per month, and some of them say that they spend about $8,000 per year on hair products. The owners of these products, although there are chemical relaxers and things of that nature, the owners of the products are not of our culture, and their people do not even use chemical relaxers. Therefore, they are specifically poisoning us. It has made it past the Food and Drug Administration, which is, I'm so sorry to say that, it's just,
They don't really regulate
highly
hair products
overrated.
anyway, but
It's
they
highly
have
overrated.
gotten the most complaints about chemical
That's
relaxers
right.
than any other hair product.
No, not hair product.
Oh, yes.
Any
True.
other product on the market.
Right.
And yet they still sell it over the counter to children,
The children.
and to adults the same. And it should only be sold, if to anyone, to professional and licensed cosmetologists or barbers. That's it. However, it's almost as if they just put it out there for us to go ahead and be poisoned. And they know that there are other chemicals that are listed on the box that's not listed on the box. They already know that there are harmful chemicals in there, but there are also ones that are not listed that they go ahead and pass right through. Now, I'm not blaming them, because it is ultimately our responsibility to look on the back of what we're using and what we're eating, read the ingredients, and research the names that they're hiding these harmful chemicals in.
Yeah, sodium hydroxide is in Drano. And
That's
Dr.
right.
Oz did a special on it. You guys can find it on YouTube. Just type in the search Dr. Oz on chemical relaxers. I appreciate it. I mean, it actually touches my heart when other cultures come together and do a show to show us what's happening to us.
Oprah was on to something when she put him out there.
Right. I appreciate him, and I appreciate people, period. Right now we're about saving our women,
Our lives.
our lives. However, we're about people, period. We have love for ourselves, so we have to love all. That's how it is. That's the law. You can't love yourself and feel something towards others. So when you do find people of other cultures, of other nationalities, who are reaching back and saying to beautiful black African Nubian queens, listen, this is harsh. This is not only harsh. He was appalled at the fact that there were children's pictures on the relaxers. that's what blew my mind, is how passionate he is about people.
Mm.
And I love that. So you should be able to find it on YouTube. Just type in, search Dr. Oz on chemical relaxers. However,
Absolutely.
you can look it up with us because we're on it as well.
Absolutely.
So I just wanted to shout that out. I also want to thank
Very good.
Fly Nubian Queens for inviting us to speak on this subject. We will be here
Yes.
3 times a week. We're going to
Yes.
see you guys again on Friday. Yes, we are also promoting our product. However, this is not a thing where we have to speak about it.
Mhm.
Our product truly does speak for itself.
Yeah.
And we're educating or sharing information, because I don't always like the word educating. We are sharing information to very intelligent and bright and beautiful women who need this information to pass it on to their friends, their families, people that they love. We need to extend our life, and this is a part of it.
That's right. We're adding years to our lives, because each time we violate and do something that is anti-life, like chemicals and things like that, when we use them or eat them, we're taking years off of our lives. So therefore, when that lady when she did pass on at 80 something years old, although years young rather, although 80 seems like a pretty high number, it is really a very low
young.
number and young number for the amount of years that we've been recorded to have life on the planet. So we have been minimizing and killing ourselves trying to have straight hair that we can get anyway.
Yeah.
And this is all learned now. So my mom was very surprised when we told her about us taking our clients on the natural hair journey. And she was very surprised to even find out that my sisters and I came up with our wonderful healing product, which we were, Ken, we were so focused on bringing out, something that would bring light and bring love and heal, compared to the products that we have to work with. Let's say edge control, for instance. It's a very common product. Edge control is everywhere. But do you see the ingredients that's in edge control? Have you read them? Have you researched them? There are paragraphs. I mean, now it's time for us to take it back to simplicity.
Yep.
Okay? I can off the top of my mind go right off of just knowing what I put in this product and give you a good 10 products, and all food grade products. So not saying for anyone to ever eat this, but I am saying that it is safe enough that if someone does eat it, they won't have to be rushed to the emergency room and near-death experience.
For poison control.
Right, like lye relaxers. Okay?
Yep.
So Ken.
So blessings to everyone. We look forward to meeting you again through this forum. I want to say thank you again. There are some people I'd like to shout out. Boyce being an entrepreneur and a pioneer in this world, for inviting us, to Michelle Martin, and also to Lene, who helped us to set ourselves up on this platform.
Yes, thank you so much. And we also want to say thank you to all of the ancestors, the people who came before us and who lit us up with love and enthusiasm, and who live in us and give us the strength and the power and the energy and the knowledge, and to go and research this, and for us to care enough to do it. So we give thanks to Sarah Breedlove, aka Madam C.J. Walker. We stand on her shoulders. We stand on her shoulders. She experienced a bad scalp issue, and then created her own product line in 1905.
I know Michelle is cringing too, because it's not just her. I'm going to remember all the other names too, Michelle. I promise.
We are so grateful.
Michelle is amazing when it comes to research and knowledge, and she's just amazing.
We are so grateful for the platform. Thank you, Michelle. Thank you so much.
Yeah, and Boyce.
Thank you,
Lene.
Boyce. Thank you, Lene. Thank you.
Enjoy. Watch this over and over. Feel the love. Know the love. And it's about loving yourself. Sure. We can end it by sending wonderful positive energy out.
In the name of love, we call on infinite intelligence that we want to heal, that we may heal as a people, that we may have the power, the energy, and the intelligence to move forward in the light of healing, that we may attract only good into our lives, and that all those who are watching want to heal and they feel our healing energy coming through the screen. We receive the energy from the elders, the ancestors, and the Most High, that we may project to you self-love and love of each other. We love ourselves. We love you. Don't forget to stand up and stand out. Be you. It's your superpower. We are us. And so it is.
All right, enjoy the rest of your day.
Enjoy your day.
We'll see you again
We'll
soon.
see you again soon. We love you.
Lots of love. I hope that loaded. I definitely see us up on there. Oh Lord. Hey y'all. We're ending right now.
We're in the right day.
Enjoy the video.
Enjoy the video.